Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It's over. Onimai is over. Episode 12 has aired. They pulled it off, though. They pulled off the ending. Fantastic. I'm, at this point, really happy that they chose to keep the onsen scene all the way to the end. I like it at some point they kind of point out, hey, didn't we mention go to the onsen back in Halloween? I'm like, yeah, you did. And you didn't go to the onsen with Asahi and Mio, so... Yeah, they of course kind of moved things around. The onsen scene was supposed to be way back after the Halloween episode, but that's fine because we get included Asahi and Mio, which was a lot of fun. Having the two of them in there to add a little bit more chemistry was fantastic. Mio kind of trying to assure Mahiro. I like the fact that they kind of inserted that scene towards the later part with Mio kind of trying to snap Mahiro out of it. Having Asahi running around being a dork the whole time, it was good in the end. And like I said, it's a great way to cap in the series. This is pretty much the core story. This is the core story, and to hold it until the very end, to give Mahiro the decision point, that was the stinger at the very end of the series. The stinger, because the entire episode he's getting this little stinging sensation. But no, first off, gotta go over the usual basics. One, sadly, no announcement for a second season yet. I'm still holding hope. Because they had to come back and do the onsen scene, technically that meant that they kind of rearranged things. And so we're only about halfway through what's currently available in the manga. And if they announce something now and it be like a year out, obviously, because they're working on Mashoko, it could work out. By the time a second season come out, they would have enough content. Now, if they have a good layout of a story, that's a big question mark, because obviously the next chapter, before they went back to the onsen, the next chapter was introducing a new character, Naota. And Naota is in this episode. At the very end, they show Naota in this cast scroll, and also additionally at the end card, you see her down at the bottom, and I don't know, I remember who it was. I think it was Mio. Somebody's looking at her like, who the hell are you? Like, why are you suddenly in the frame? It could either be a tease for those that love the manga, like a fan service, or it could be a tease to another season. We'll see. I really do hope this is going to have a second season. I think it deserves it. It has a lot of attention. This is pretty much the Bocchi of last season. This season, it's Onimai. That's what's huge in Japan, even though it's not really popular over here. People loved it over there. And that's great to know because, again, I love this show so much. As for censorship, yes, as you can tell, this episode was full of it. Massive amounts of onsen steam, which was obviously, I kind of assumed that. In the changing room, they had a lot of really awkward blank shots with sound effects happening. Yes, anything that didn't have Kaede in the shot was pretty much cut out, which wasn't anything bad. I mean, it was just like mostly the first shot was Asahi and Momiji kind of getting all excited and taking off their stuff, but they still had stuff underneath. And then, yes, Mio, when she first kind of takes things off, it kind of censors it, but yeah, I think the big shock, though, for me, and the thing that really bugs me, because, like, I don't care. I mean, it's fine. I hate it, but it's not ruining anything. It's not like I have to see that stuff. But I think the interesting thing that came of this episode is the censorship sort of ruined the comedy. And that's where it sucks, because this whole scene in the onsen is, like, the reveal. And it's so funny, this idea that Mahiro's trying to hide from everybody. He doesn't want to look because he knows his sister's going to get mad. Gets on his own. They tackle him and they start messing with him. And then suddenly the squeeze happens, which I'm a little disappointed in the sound effects. I was actually really looking forward to what kind of sound effect they would have when that gets grabbed. I was predicting it would be like a squeaky toy and then having like a follow-up noise of like an elephant, an elephant going. But no, they just kind of kept it very simple. But no, like the whole shot with Mahiro running over to Mihari, that was gold. And it was, again, the fog kind of ruined it because you can't see, like, you could sort of see him, but the fog kind of covers up just this really panicked face that Mahiro has. Like, he is absolutely ruined. And it looked, I watched the uncensored version, I'm like, it looks so much funnier just seeing that very clean shot of him just being like, what's going on? This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Let's get out of here, kind of thing. It was great. But then, of course, the last censor thing they had in this episode was Momiji checking to find out what was that sensation. What's that sponge? Checking Mahiro to see what's down there. And yeah, there was quite a few shots of like full on shot of Mahiro with like the clothes kind of opened up. So again, another one that I'm like, I guess I understand why they censored that. There's a lot of countries that's not going to like that kind of thing, especially not even just the United States. So again, casualty of censorship outside Japan overall, and the global version just kind of being very condensed down. I will say that even the ATX version it looked like it was overly censored as well. So this makes me believe that probably the Blu-ray, whenever they release that, is probably going to be even less censored than even the ATX version. So I explain this to a lot of people. Even in Japan, they censor stuff. Like, this isn't a thing. I think at some point, one of the episodes quite a while back, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the sleepover episode. There was actually complaints out of Japan that they were censoring stuff. So it's even there. So just to let you guys know, it's not Crunchyroll doing this. They're doing it too. Anyways, so yeah, my detective services for censorship out of the way. Let's get into the episode proper. Like I said, fantastic conclusion to the episode. Opening it up, having them all come out to the onsen place. Loved, like I said, it makes me happy that Asahi was there, that they decided to hold this, because just Asahi running around, slamming her face in the snow, and Kaede over there taking pictures. But then it starts to hint at this problem that Mahiro is having. And again, this is a very short, not even 2 chapters. It is 2 chapters. 2 chapters for this onsen segment. And they basically drag this out to an entire episode to have it have build-up. And I think that's great. This is where Studio Bind, the director, and everybody, they nailed this adaptation, because it became something more than just a quick couple panel joke. This became a story about Mahiro coming here, enjoying time with all of his new friends that he has, which again is another good thing to have Asahi and Mio there, is he's seeing his group of friends that he's developed over time. And as they're going in there, I had to note the fact that Mahiro had like the skimpiest skirt on. Like, I was laughing because when they first arrived at the inn, I'm like looking at all the outfits. I'm like, Mihari looks super cute with her layers, and the outfit itself looked really kind of grown up and cute. And then you had like behind her, you had Momiji's pretty covered up, Mio's pretty covered up. It's cold. And then you have, of course, Asahi's wearing shorts like usual, which they joke about. But you know what, the thing they kind of hit on when the winter season came in was how Kaide's pointing out that pain is beauty. You have to wear these skirts, no leggings or anything. And I realized that, yes, Kaede had a skirt on, but Mahiro had a much shorter skirt on. So I'm like, dang, he's even showing up Kaede. But yes, this all, of course, leads into... I like it when they first get there, Mahiro's tired. And he's like, let's just go in there and veg out. And he gets in there and he starts vegging out, lays down on the tatami mat. And immediately, they like, oh, okay, let's go. And he's like, wait, I thought we were going to veg out. Fun little time in the village. And again, a key point in this segment is Mihari pointing out how much her brother has changed. He's becoming more feminine, his mannerisms changing, and of course she's noting the fact that something's going on, but again, she's noting that he's changed so much. It's not just his physical self. He is changing into a female. He's enjoying the niceties, the mannerisms, and he's talking like one. He's kind of become it. Which, yes, all leads to the onsen segment, which he doesn't seem to have a clue about it. And again, this is that funny thing about the fact that it's not even dawning on him. Oh, let's all go to the onsen. Oh, great. It's an open air. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Mahiro's just kind of marching on, just all happy about it. And then Mihari had to remind him, don't stare. Wait, what are you talking about, stare? What am I going to stare at? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm about to go into onsen with a bunch of girls. Like, it finally dawns on him again because it's become so natural for him. But yeah, tons of censorship. Cut to the onsen, trying to get away from everybody because sister knows he's looking. Some point they tackle him, and then yes, they specifically point out that this is a detoxing onsen. And again, that was the thing that kind of noted in the manga was like, oh yeah, something's about to come up. And sure enough, yeah, that what's inside of him that's changed him is becoming removed. And so yes, this little thing comes back. And again, like I said, absolutely loved him running over to Mihari. That was the panel that I wanted. Like, when I read the manga, I'm like, it hurt so bad they didn't do this segment, because it's literally Mihari shove a hand down there, and then she's like, wait, what am I holding on to? And it freaks her out. It's just Way too good. I almost felt like they could have kind of dragged that a little bit more, but they nailed the expression. The expression was fantastic. But then, of course, like I said, it all leads up to the pinnacle part of the story that I've been just chomping at the bit for. Because, again, like I've said before, from the very beginning of this series, I was in love. I love this series. It was so cute. It's fun. It had a little heart in there. It had siblings coming back together. But the complaint that I heard from a lot of people, and I'm fine with people's complaints. I'm fine with people complaining that there's too much ecchi and the characters look too young. It's fine. Or they technically are young. I'm not mad at people for that. I even had a comment a while back where somebody was talking about that they're, a little bit, they're in a decision point about themselves. And so they can't watch it. It's perfectly fine. I don't criticize people for not wanting to watch something. But it just sucks when you know something is sort of explained in a way and it's their sticking point. A complaint that was around a lot of people was, this is terrible. This is this guy that was just forced to change into a girl by his sister. That's wrong. And you're all finding it fun. Again, I understand their complaint. I don't see it the same way. But I knew that this gets answered here. Because this is the question. Okay, Mahiro, you can go back. Do you want to? That's the question here. Before I get to that, though, I thought it was absolutely cute. He's like, crap, this is all going to change. I'm going to go back. And then he starts to be upset. Not because everybody's going to find out. That's the initial thought. Crap, everybody's going to find out. I'm going to become a boy tomorrow. But no, it's because it's so sudden. He's not ready for it. Wait, no, I wanted to go back, but now it's so sudden. Like, he literally has a choice to make within a couple hours. Otherwise, he's going to change back. He's been enjoying the trip. He's been enjoying being with everybody. And that's where he struggles. And the detail, the detail in this shot was great. It kind of reminds me of back when Momiji was in the bath and it has like that over detailed shot of her on the side. But no, it was just gorgeous. Being the hug. Oh, the hug was just so heartwarming. And yeah, she's like, oh, that's fine. I have a potion here. You can change back. Just drink it. But then there becomes a question. Do I want to take this? Because she says, are you sure? Because you won't be able to change back for a while. It could take a long time before you're going to change back now. So he hesitates. It was a long, drawn-out hesitation. But then everybody kind of comes in, and then they kind of go outside and everything, and that's where it kind of it continues a scene, the idea that he's looking around, he's distraught. Throughout dinner, he's just sitting there because he's thinking, this is my future. If I drink this, I stay with them. If I don't drink it, I go back to my old life. I get back what was technically robbed from me. And again, I think it just takes him being with them, not looking down and thinking, because that's all he's doing the entire time they're having dinner. He's looking down and he's thinking, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I have to make a decision now because literally tomorrow I go back. As he's outside and everybody's having fun, it takes Mio, and again, this is a nice insert to have Mio in here, takes Mio to come up. Mio's always been kind of the nurturing one. Now, granted, Momiji is kind of the big sister type, but Mio is just pure heart. Outside of her Fujoshiness, she is just pure heart. I kind of wish that they hit on this more. Like, have Mio kind of say something that... Mio doesn't know what's going on with Mahiro, but she could say something that she thinks is happening with Mahiro that relates to herself, that sort of ties in with what Mio originally had a problem with that Mahiro helped her out with. Mio has an issue with enjoying things that's taboo to the world. She likes Yuri. She needs to check out Magical Revolution. She likes Yuri, and the world doesn't like that, and so she keeps it a secret. And Mahiro basically told her, enjoy what you enjoy, who cares about what other people think? So I almost felt like there was a good opportunity for here, at least from Mahiro's perspective, to maybe think, okay, Mio technically deals with the same problem I have. This confusing question about yourself and what you really want to become. But ultimately, what Mio does is snap him out of it. Enough that he looks out and sees everybody. And it makes him able to finally make the decision, no, I like what I have now. I don't want to lose this. And that is, again, the big changing point. And I knew when I seen the Onsen point in the manga, Biden's gonna nail this. And they did. Just, I love this shot of him sitting out there and he finally realizes, I like being with them. These are my friends now. I accept and love this new life. Bottoms up. It's done and over with. It's just super, super good scene. I will admit that could have been a lot more dramatic, but I think it was simple enough. This is technically a very soft and very fun show. I don't expect them to get super heavy with it, but it's enough. And it's much more expanded than the manga. Great work by Bind. But no, that shot when he turns and sees everybody and this runs out toward them. Like, oh, that's such a beautiful shot. Like, such a gorgeous, gorgeous animation. Loved it to death. He doesn't want to lose all this. He's happy with how things are now. Mihari gave him something, pulled him out of that shell, and he was forced to get out of his shell before, but now he's accepting to take on what Mihari has pretty much presented him with. Technically at the beginning, it's Mihari opening the door, grabbing her neat brother, and pulling him outside. He didn't have a choice. But now, cut forward, it's now Mihari walking by, saying, I'm gonna go outside, and Mahiro running out the door after her. That's the difference. That's the change. But yeah, that cuts to the highly censored scene with Momiji going, what was that feeling? Half asleep, going over there and just ripping Mahiro's clothes off and then passing down. And it makes it look like Momiji's head's like literally right between his legs. Wrapping up the episode though, they go to leave. I do love that little snippet where the lady says, I would love to have you guys here again. And it's usual kind of goodbyes and everything. But Mahiro, it dawns on him. It plays it to himself. Yes, I'd love to come back here. He'd love to come back here again with his friends. So cute. And then, yes, the whole scene with him and the sister in the bus going back was super cute. Her finally revealing the rehabilitation project to him, that it's a grand success. He chose to continue this, even though he wants to be sympathetic about it, being like, well, I couldn't be revealed. I had to do it. I had no choice. But no, enjoy your new life plus as a girl. Super cute. And seeing them with holding hands was absolutely adorable. I love Mihari and Mahiro. Such good siblings. So cute. I just adore Mihari. I just really do. She's just she's a mama. She's an absolute mama with a brocon issue. Not that it's a bad thing. And yeah, that all wraps up with the closing, with the cast scroll and everything. And again, like I said before, the big note in the cast scroll is obviously that Naota is there. There's somebody else as well. They even showed it in one of the mid cards. They showed another character. So there's a lot of hints at characters and stuff and stories to come. So again, makes me really hope that there's plans on another season. I don't know if they would want to tease this stuff when, like I said, literally we're not even halfway through the manga. But again, that's typical fan service. That's typical, hey, check out the manga. There's still more. Who's this character, huh? Go check out the manga. But again, there's a couple things here that makes me really hope and think there might be a second season. One is the fact that, yes, they did these teases, which is normal even with stuff that doesn't get another adaptation. Another big thing, again, is because it's really popular in Japan. Additionally, Anime Japan's banner didn't have Rudy from Studio Bind, even though we're literally going to get an announcement for something with the second season at a panel. There's no panels for Onimai, but yet they have Mahiro in the banner. Now, that doesn't mean like everything in the banner itself is getting anime seasons. It just means that they want more attention to a show that by the time Anime Japan starts, which is literally tomorrow, it's done. Now, granted, you could say the anime banner makes people go, what's this character? Oh, I'm going to watch the last 2 episodes because that banner's been out for a while. But it sort of indicates this idea that they're wanting to keep that attention to Onimai, but maybe, hopefully, this means something is going to come up. So that's my big hope. I'll still hope. And again, I think it's a lot around the popularity of Onimai in Japan, but we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. I thank you guys for joining me on a weekly basis. It was a lot of fun covering this show. Even though it's a simple, fluffy, goofy show, it seemed like people just wanted to consume content around it, wanted to hear somebody talk about it. And that's a majority of what Otaku Spirit is these obscure shows for the West that people just craving for somebody to talk about it. Not the big popular shonen shows that everybody wants to cover and because it gets a lot of clicks. No, just this fun show that makes me smile. And that's what this show does. It's what it nailed. And like I said before, Bind nailed the adaptation. So thank you guys for checking this out. As always, don't go anywhere though. Hit that subscribe button if you've not already. Keep following my content. I'll be doing news, reviews, first impressions of all the shows of the spring season that's coming up. There's a lot of really fantastic shows that I'm looking forward to. Sadly, no Onimai, but maybe that might be something that's close. I don't think there's anything that's going to be close to this, but yeah, and also stay tuned. I will be doing a review for this show because I think it's important to spread the word even more and more. Keep the fandom going for Onimai. You guys did it for Bochi. Do it for Onimai. But I thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, and a membership button down below for the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate everybody that supports the channel. You guys mean so much to me, and y'all take care.